White Lotus Season 3, Episode 3. Let's get into it. Now, a lot of people have said that they don't care for Episode 3 because they felt like it didn't really give them anything. I disagree. If there's one thing we've learned from the White Lotus series, it's that Mike White does nothing subtle and that everything means something. I mean, there were so many Easter eggs that I actually had to take notes. Now, unlike previous seasons, it looks like Season 3 is going to be primarily focused on the Radcliffe family. I don't know about you, but I have noticed a pattern in Season 3 where the end of every episode focuses on the Radcliffe family, specifically Timothy, the father. Now, the third episode starts with Victoria, the rich mom, having a dream where she's standing in the water on the beach with a hotel comforter wrapped around her, and she witnesses a tsunami happening. And what happens right before that is she looks over onto the beach, and Lachlan, their youngest child, is sitting on the beach, flanked by the two trans hotel employees that they had commented on previously in the second episode. I believe that the transgender workers that are featured in the opening scene symbolize the Kinara, which are Hindu and Buddhist-based mythological creatures that are part human woman and part bird, representing a third gender and symbolizing beauty. They watch over the well-being of humans in times of trouble and danger. Now, Lachlan is sitting in the middle of these two hotel employees that are kind of perched alongside next to him, so it does look as if they are watching over him in a way. Now, if there's one thing that the girlfriend trio can do, it's create some tension, and this episode was no different. So I'm pretty sure that Jocelyn, the celebrity of the three girlfriends, paid for this trip. I think that they wanted to all kind of rekindle each other's relationships after being apart for so long, and Jocelyn paid for the trip. This episode, they're sitting around the dinner table, and all of a sudden politics come up, and it gets really, really uncomfortable. Oh god, this show is so good about creating awkward energy. It should win an award for that, at least. It's kind of revealed that Leslie Bibb's character Kate is a Trump supporter, a Republican. She lives in Texas, and Jocelyn, who paid for this trip, has realized, oh no, I just paid to spend an entire week with someone who I am now learning I don't agree with on many, many, many levels. This is going to be a really uncomfortable week. And Leslie Bibb's character, Kate, can tell in that moment, oh god, I walked right into that one, and as soon as I leave this table, I know that these two girls are going to talk shit about me. I've said it before, I'll say it again, Guy Talk is so cute. He's a cutie patootie. I would marry him if he wanted me. I've heard some conspiracies. People think that Guy Talk is in on something. Some other people think that Mook is in on something and that Guy Talk is completely innocent. I personally think that Guy Talk can do no wrong and that he always has the best of intentions. And when one of the bodyguards said, the hotel manager wants to talk to you bright and early tomorrow morning, Guy Talk was like, is everything okay? And he said, we need to see you in the morning. I think he's actually going to be taken to Babcock. I think that it creates more of a risk at the White Lotus if Guy Talk, the head of security, is gone. Think of all the bad things that can happen if Guy Talk is not at the White Lotus to hold down the fort. Another uncomfortable dinner conversation was when Belinda approached Greg, who we now call Gary. And I can't help but wonder if Chloe is in on it. Part of me thinks that Chloe and Greg are actually two gold diggers who happen to be a couple, but they have this agreement that he's gonna go and gold dig people and she's gonna go and gold dig people, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna be married and be in love. And unfortunately, I think that's what's going on, because when Chloe looked at Patrick Schwarzenegger's character across the dining hall and Gary saw her looking at him, he had this look like he sees what's going on, he knows what's going on, and he's kind of okay with it because it's just part of their agreement. Rick and Chelsea continue to be a very interesting part of the puzzle. Rick obviously is up to something, and I think it's up to something no good. I think we all can agree on that. But I really do think that Chelsea is innocent. I think that she has no clue what's going on. Yet, at least. Also, when Rick left his therapy session and he just was like, marching out of his therapy session, he was carrying so much stress. You could just cut his stress with a knife. You could just feel it. It's so thick and it's uncomfortable. That man is so good. That actor is so good at creating stress. And we know that Rick releasing the snakes means something. Mike White wouldn't have done that unless it meant something. And I do think that Rick is up to no good, and he does want to go to Bangkok to kill the hotel owner who may have allegedly killed his father or mother. There's so much to cover from this episode, so make sure you follow me for my other smaller videos, but I'm going to finish by saying I think everyone in this cast needs to take lorazepam. Let's be honest, everyone's super stressed, everyone needs to literally take a chill pill, including me after watching the episode. I think it should be against the law to have to wait a whole week for the next episode because I'm dying over here.